students. So today we are trying to understand the Newton's ring experiment. So Newton's ring experiment basically based on the interference pattern, interference phenomena of the wave. So this is the typical diagram for the Newton's ring interference uh, experiment. So it consists of a source S, which is a basically monochromatic source we take. In our experiment, we generally use sodium light. So this is a combination of concave and convex lens, which is behave as a collimator. That means when the light source comes from uh, light comes out from this source, which is generally divergent, and falls on this lens L1, which is combination of convex and concave lens, and this light is become parallel after passing through this lens L1. So these parallel rays we allow to fall on this this actually this is a glass plate B. Okay, so this glass plate is it is making an angle 45 degree with the light which is coming parallel, okay, from the source S. So this light falls on this plate, glass plate B, and it will reflect towards the downwards. So the reflected rays falls on a arrangement which is a plano-convex lens placed on a glass plate. This is a special kind of arrangement. L is the plano-convex lens. Plano-convex means one side is plane, another side is convex, and this is the glass is the G is the glass plate. Okay, this plano-convex lens is placed on a glass plate. Okay, placed on this glass plate. So this combination makes an this here in this region, this combination makes an air film here and here, and it is all around the circumference of the plano-convex lens. So a air film is formed. Okay, so the parallel rays initially reflect from the glass plate B and falls on the this plano-convex lens and glass plate arrangement, and it is coming to this point. Okay, so at this point, so this rays falls on this glass plate and plano-convex lens is again reflected back perpendicularly, because the incident ray is perpendicular. Whenever we have an incident ray perpendicular to a surface, then it is again reflect back by the same path. If this is an oblique ray, then it is going to this direction. Okay, so if it is oblique ray, it is coming like that and it is going like that. So this is an angle of incident, angle of reflection. Here the angle of incident and angle of reflection is 0, because it is similar to the normal. So this ray again reflect back and going through this glass plate B, and over there above this glass plate one, it is like micrometer one telescope or microscope is there. Generally we use telescope, so we can change the distance and like this we can shift this microscope horizontally and both vertically. Okay, both horizontally and vertically we can uh, uh, change its position. Okay, so as per the rule of interference, there is uh, there is the formation of interference pattern due to this air film. Okay, at the junction of this lens L and glass plate G, there is no path difference for the light, because if it is like this, so if it is like this, so light falls from the same region and reflect back from the same region. Both the lights are from the same surface. However, in this case, these two rays are reflected from, one is reflected from this surface, lens and air surface, another is reflected from air and glass surface. Okay, so therefore there is a path difference which is from the this is what is called Stokes law. Okay, so this is the general general description of the apparatus and how it is the forms. And if we see the one side, this is look like it is, if we initially see this is become a wedge shaped thin film. We have already know that there are two thin films, one is parallel thin film, one is wedge shaped thin film. Okay, wedge shaped thin film means it is making an angle at some initial point, it is making an angle, and at the other point it is one side in contact, the other side is not in contact, so it is making an angle theta. Okay, so as per the uh, as per the law of interference due to reflected light, therefore the bright will find bright and dark fringes. Okay, due to the interference, but in interference pattern we always find central bright fringe, then dark fringe, again the bright max, another bright, another dark, another bright, so in both the sides. So in this case we also get the bright and dark fringes, but the bright and dark fringes are ring shape, because this wedge shape air film is all around the circumference of this plano-convex lens. It is look like a bow actually. So this is all around the plano-convex lens. So therefore we get bright fringe and we get bright fringe and dark fringe. Okay, we get bright fringe and dark fringe, ring. Okay, ring type fringe. Okay, so for bright fringe also, if we go through the details of this thin film interference or wedge shaped thin film interference, we have the path difference, for the two rays. One is reflected from the glass air interface and other is reflected from the air glass interface. So the path difference is generally 2 mu t cos of theta. This is the path difference, and plus one more lambda by 2, which is due to, it is because the both the reflected ray is from different interface. One is from glass air and another is from air glass interface. So due to that, according to Stokes law, 1 lambda by 2 is added. So this is the path difference. So for bright fringe, so 2 for bright rings, the condition for path difference is 2 mu t cos of theta plus lambda by 2 equal to n lambda. This is the condition for bright fringe. So if we simplify this one, twice mu t cos of theta is equal to n lambda minus lambda by 2. Okay, if we take take out lambda by 2, then we get twice n minus 1 lambda by 2. Okay, where n is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3 dot dot dot. Similarly for dark fringes, what happen? 2 mu t cos of theta, that means path differences. Condition for dark fringes n lambda. Okay, so here also n is equal to 0, 1, 2 dot dot dot. Okay, so for air, because we are finding here the formation of air film. Okay, for air or what is, so mu is equal to actually 1. Okay, for air mu is equal to 1, and as theta is small, so theta is small because cos theta become, theta is small means the wedge shape, this angle is very small. Okay, this angle is very small, this is not a very large angle. When the theta is very small, then cos theta is always 1 and sin theta is theta. Okay, cos theta is 1, therefore we, from these two conditions for dark and bright, we get 2t for this, 2t equal to, from this suppose equation 1, so equation 1, 2t equal to twice n minus 1 lambda by 2. Okay, so this is suppose equation number 2, this is 3, then from 2 again we get how much, 2t is equal to n lambda. Okay, this is suppose 4, so 2t is equal to n lambda. So by applying this geometry, we get here, if we see, we can simplify and find out that we can consider that this diagram. If we little bit complicated, so if we complete this one, that means this is G, so this is the plano-convex lens. So if we here in this, if we extend this like this, so if we get a circular shape. Okay, so here we have this plane lens and this is the G, so glass plate. So if we extend this one, it is look like a circle. So where this is C is the center, so this is the center, and if we see these 2 points where the reflect light falls, okay, if we look like this, and this is H, this is P, this is E suppose, and then this is O, this is Q. Okay, and this is C, so here this is radius. Okay, this is also the radius. So from this geometry we can write that EP cross HE, that means these two are chords, EP cross HE, this point is C center, equal to OE cross to OE cross EC. Okay, OE cross, that means HP and these two are the chords. So if two chords cancel each other, then we can write them in ratio. So EP into HC equal to OE into EC, where EC is nothing but EC is how much, EC is this EC is this much, so this is nothing but twice r, this twice r minus OE. So twice r minus OE. Okay. So we can write EP is equal to HE is equal to OE into twice r minus OE. So by simplification, so we can put some values, simplification. So EP, we can write EP equal to HE is equal to small r, OE is equal to PQ is equal to small t. Okay, because this is PQ, but this much is the thickness of the, at this point, thickness of the air film formed. Again, EP and EH is considered similar as smaller. So by putting that value, we can find twice r minus small t is equal to twice r approximately, and we can simplify r square is equal to twice r t. So from here we can find out t is equal to r small r square by 2r. This is the thickness of the air film at that point. Okay. So for bright rings, so for bright rings radius, we can write for bright rings r square. So r square, we can put this t value in this equation here. Okay, 2 from equation 3 we can write 2 t value is r square by twice r is equal to twice n minus 1 lambda by 2. Okay, so simplify this. From here we can write r is equal to, or r square is equal to twice n minus 1 lambda r divided by 2. Similarly we can find r. Okay, again for dark ring from equation 4 we can put this 2 here. So r square is equal to n lambda r. So again similarly r is equal to root over n lambda r. Okay, here also we can write r is equal to twice n minus 1 twice n minus 1. This is lambda r. Okay, this is not 2, twice n minus lambda r divided by 2 whole. Okay, so these two are the expression for the radius of the radius form. Radius means it is from Newton's rings form. So radius of the consecutive bright rings and dark rings. Okay, so now so from these two relation we can find out the distance between any means radius of the any Newton's rings, whether it is bright or dark. Okay, so thank you very much.